music technology and production techniques. So what do I do from when I play this instrument? And yeah, you know, when I have these samples, what do I do? One thing, I think the thing about music technology is that it's way too big of a topic. So I tried to boil it down to just two um, that I want to talk about, which are interesting, I guess. And one of them being the sampler. I think everyone knows what sampling is, and if you don't, it's the act of taking a portion of sound, put it in a machine or software, and for example, you can then play that sound in different tones, and you can do all kinds of shit with that sound. I did that with my santur. I recorded all the different notes, put it in here, and now I can play those notes on this. But what I also can do is do all kinds of shit with it. Sorry, my language. I just turned on something called an arpeggiator, and what that does is it's gonna now it's if I push down a tone, it's gonna jump between octaves in the way I programmed it. So now it's gonna sound like this. Right? I'm just gonna go slower. Right? And if I push two tones, three tones, right? And if you get annoyed by the sound, you can also filter it a bit down, right? Just gonna turn up the attack a little bit, which means that I'm removing the start of the sound every time it hits. So get more floaty. Turn up the filter again. And I can even modulate it. I can do all kinds of things with it. Yeah. So that's what I love about music technology, is that I can make my own instrument from another instrument. And I choose which parameters I'd like to control. So that's one thing. Another thing I think is defining my music a lot is something called sub bass. And if you ever stood next to a really, really huge speaker at a festival, you might have felt the air and from the bass rumbling your whole body. That's the sub bass, and it's usually it's anything below 60 hertz. Now, I think I'm just gonna play. Oh, crazy sound. Okay. This is the most ordinary sound wave we have. It's called a sine wave. The same sound the doctor used to test your hearing, right? The lower you go, at some point, it will get really, really bassy. And now, I think now we are below 60 hertz. Here, is this a G? Yeah, this is the G. Okay, so if you're listening to this on a laptop, you probably can't even hear this tone because your laptop won't play sub bass. But with this sub bass, now this is a F sharp. This is a G. This is the most used tone, 49 hertz in electronic music, the G. It really rumbles up everything. I freaking love this. So, what I was missing a lot in Persian music, especially classical Persian music, was that there was no bass, especially no sub bass. So I think that's what I've been adding to it a lot, playing with the sub bass and making these, bodies actually below the music.